What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 73 of the Rise to Glory here with Gibraltar Apex. And today I've got for you guys a live commentary against Benfica in the Champions League. Before we get into this game, I have to start off with an apology because, well, I decided not to live com the game against Shakhtar after live comming them previously in the kind of last live com. Sat in bed playing FM. I was using the Steam multi-room, or is it multi... The thing in Steam where I have my computer which I record all my videos on and sit and play FM on. I also have a laptop in my bedroom which I stream Football Manager that is running on my PC to my I don't know what it's called. This is all irrelevant. Basically, I was playing FM in bed and we beat Shakhtar 3-0. It was one of those mad results. We'll cover the goals. I want to say they were fortunate. McVitie got two, and then our third goal really was very lucky. It was basically an own goal. But we'll cover these because, I mean, you missed the game. I'm sorry that you missed our first ever win in the Champions League. I'm really annoyed about it. It's like, I've not live com that many Champions League games, really. This is like maybe the 4th or 5th of 11 games we've played. And I mean, I didn't really expect it. We got beaten by Shakhtar fairly convincingly in the home leg in last episode, and so in this kind of live com, or not in this live com, in this match, I decided to play on attacking. I decided, in the last live com hadn't really worked playing on the counter. Let's just see what we can do. And well, we scored 3 goals. We had 3 clear-cut chances. We took them. We defended fairly well. We rode our luck, and we got our first ever win, which, I mean, I should be really happy about it, but I'm just bummed out that you guys didn't get to hear my live reaction. Granted, I mean, there wasn't any commentary to go with it. It was just me kind of loudly yelling at 1 a.m. when I really should be getting for work in the morning, but was sat playing FM in a dark, dingy room. Dingy room? What does that even mean? Anyway, there was the lucky goal. I meant dingy room because it was dark, because it was 1 a.m. Anyway, the descriptive details of my bedroom really don't matter. The bottom line is, we got a win. You guys didn't see it, and I'm really annoyed about that. Anyway, the other results that we had, Premier Division games, I mean, standard stuff. 8-0, 5-1, 7-0, 5-1. Disappointing to concede in 2 of the 4 games because one of the aims this year was to try and not concede a goal all year, and well, we failed in that in the second game of the year where we only won 6-1. The fact we've now conceded 3 goals is just a little bit annoying. Anyway, today we are taking on Benfica in the Champions League, and because of that win, there is a little bit more riding on this game than perhaps I'd like to admit because, well, I don't want to get too carried away here, but if we can beat Benfica, well, we'd go ahead of them. We'd go into 3rd. And if we can get 3rd place in the group, I mean, it puts us in an okay position because we'd actually get Europa League kind of knockout stage football for the first time ever, which would be progress. Of course, to get a win, I mean, 3 points is our record total. Realistically, the team has progressed this year. I feel like if we go out at this stage, I'm going to be a little bit bummed out the fact that we've been knocked out again, bottom of our Champions League group. But at the same time, we've got our first win. We got 3 points. Our previous best was 2 points. I mean, I shouldn't get too bummed out about it. Anyway, we're going to get into this game against Benfica, and I'm kind of going into it really hoping that following on from kind of winning that last game in Europe, we can crack on again and get a result here and really, I guess, give you guys watching something to shout about. If we could get 2 wins in a row, I mean, that would be crazy. It's not going to be easy. Of course, last time we played Benfica, it was 0-0 until the 75th minute, and in that game, one John Flanagan did get sent off. He's back in the team today at left back, and the reason he's back in is because unfortunately for us, Maria is now suspended, kind of ironically, so he has to come back into the team. In terms of our squad for today's game, Gier is actually on the bench. Russo has been really impressing me in the league. He got 5 goals in one of the matches we played, and well, he's got 15 goals in 7 games, the Inter Milan loanee. Difficult not to start him, really. And well, after his assist against, I think it was Shakhtar or Arsenal, it was against Arsenal because we only scored 1 goal last episode. But after that backheel assist, I mean, what reason is there not to have him in the team? We're going to give him a chance here. Anyway, the rest of the team, I believe, is actually unchanged from when we met Benfica earlier on in these Champions League knockout stages. At the back, we go with Vitalo, Flanagan, Thomas, Brown and Patterson. Of course, 4 of those 5 players in on loan for the year. Left mid, we have Smith. Right mid, we have McVitie. In the centre midfield, we have Cruz and Bouchard. And then up front, we have Jackson and Russo. Good to have Jackson back. He's been suffering from various injuries, really, for the last 2 years. Been out with a back strain most recently, but you can also see he had a calf strain back in July. Back in the team now, though. He's been fit for about a month. Got that match fitness back into him. And I'm hoping that he's going to have a good performance for us here today. So anyway, this is the team we're going to go with. I'm actually going to be a little bit ballsy, I think, early on in this game, and we're going to play the 4-4-2 attack to start, which is actually how I played against Shakhtar There were two reasons behind this. The first one was I forgot to change to the counter-attacking tactic in my kind of sleepy playing FM state. But actually I stuck with it and it kind of worked for us. And I'm hoping it's going to work for us here today. I feel like in some of our games we play the counter-attacking system and it works wonders. But then there's other games where it just doesn't work and we seem to play attacking against slightly bigger teams and we seem to cause them problems. We tried playing the counter-attacking style against Benfica previously. Today, we're going to try and score some goals and see how we get on. But I guess we still have to focus on our defending here as they have a chance in 26 seconds. It was a clear-cut opportunity as well. Not the best start to the game. Maybe I should rethink the attacking strategy. But I feel like we should stick with it at least for a little while here. As actually, we're on the break. Although Russo, with not the best pass delivered to him, to be honest. But we do have a set piece here. And, well, John Flanagan, I want to love you as a former Liverpool player. I want you to be a hero for us. But so far, all I've seen is you get sent off and then do that throw-in, which is now leading to a Benfica attack, which, well, we've managed to just about clear as far as their defence. Although Andre Kubas is going to be pulling the strings from deep for them here. A very good playmaker in FM. Likes to dictate the tempo, the number 18. And they have a chance here. Ben Lulu has a shot. It hits the crossbar and it has... I don't know if anyone else has noticed this in FM16 this year. The crossbar has some very weird physics when the ball bounces off it. It comes off at very weird angles. I'm switching to the counter-attacking system as well. But let me know in the comments, have you seen the weird crossbar like hits where the ball just doesn't make sense the direction it's coming off? Anyway, we're going to switch to the counter-attacking system here. We'll see how we get on actually looking at it. We've actually had a few chances since we switched to counter-attacking, so maybe it's going to work for us here. Benfica certainly going to feel the pressure of coming to the Victoria Stadium and kind of that pressure to score and that pressure to hammer us, really, and maybe we can capitalise on that. Smith out wide on the left, pulls it to Cruz, edge of the box. Can he make something happen? Bouchard, Russo tackles. Jackson, Russo! Oh, he puts it wide. A clear-cut chance goes our way in the 30th minute. And we've squandered it. And now, well, Benfica, they might punish us here. Set piece, Carnu just waltzes through our defence. Our defenders just stand in awe, watching him get through. And now we have a set piece. Can we make something happen? Headed. But only as far as Russo. Can we keep the attack alive? Bouchard, the Canadian, whips it in. Smith, back post, headed away. Bouchard back into the mixer. Benfica going to clear it away. Now they might be able to counter. We are very thin on the ground at the back. Players rushing back. Bouchard flies in a tackle. Now can McVitie look for a big ball over the top with Patterson now. Benfica pushing very high, really harassing our team. And we're trying to build from deep, but we managed to get some passes away. Russo through again here, and he puts it wide. The young Italian perhaps showing a shred of inexperience. 2 misses for him, and now McVitie injured. Things go from bad to worse. We missed 2 pretty good chances in this game to get our noses ahead, and then we lose McVitie, who without doubt has been the player of the year so far. He has joint most of goals and he has most assists in the team. I mean, it's difficult to argue with him kind of not being one of our big players, but without him now, it's going to be Carlos Silva who comes into the team. I'm going to try and motivate the players as best as we can. I mean, 0-0 would not be a bad result, but having got that win last time around, having got that taste of what a win kind of feels like, I want to experience that high again. I want another win on the board here, and that's what we're going to try and do. It's going to be a big task, though, although still 0 at the moment. We've been putting up a pretty good defence so far. We've had a few chances going forward. Flanagan is booked. I don't trust him. I really don't trust you, John Flanagan. Please don't get sent off. This is heart to heart, man to man. Please don't screw it up. That's all I ask. Anyway, Smith going down the left. Can he whip in a ball? He can. Jackson hits the woodwork. Rebound. Keeper saves it. You'd have to say, from what we've seen in terms of clear chances and key highlights, we should be on top. It's a set piece. Whipped in Bouchard. Can you put the ball in again? Cruz, edge of the box. Bouchard whips it in. Jackson headed away as far as Rock. And now Benfica going to try and break away. Brown. There is a shambles in the defence there. That is an awful error. And Benfica with space to run into. Rinaldi turns his man, hits it. It's an insane save by Italo. This is turning out to be quite a good 0-0 at the moment. Chances for either team. Kubas whips in the ball. Bouchard at the near post denies him. Now the ball with Fair. Edge of the box, the fullback shoots. Cleared away by Bouchard again. He really is everywhere at the moment, the Canadian for us. And there he is again with the ball. Spreads it out to Silva, the sub. Looking to make an impact, the Loney. Tries to get the ball and can't beat the first man, though. And with 20 minutes left, it's still 0-0. I mean, part of me really wants to go on at the attack for the last 14 minutes. I'm going to take off Russo. He's not had the best game. I'm going to bring in Jer. Looking elsewhere in the team, Melvin Thomas hasn't had the best game. None of the defence had an amazing game, really. I guess Italo is worth an honourable mention. As I mentioned, Bouchard's been pulling the strings. He's on an 8.0. The centre mid is struggling for fitness, but I just don't have a player as good as him to bring on in his place. Part of me wants to make a double change up front and bring in Delorme. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a double change. We're going to bring in Jet and Delorme into the side. Two strikers, Jet to inject some pace, Delorme to really, I guess, add some physical presence. Definitely capable of winning the ball in the air, Delorme. Maybe you can get a flick onto Jer or something. But time ticking away here. I mean, a draw wouldn't be a bad result, really. But we've had chances in this game to get a win. It's going to finish, I do believe, here 0-0. I mean, it's a good point, but we'll feel very unlucky not to win for a second game in a row. A really good performance there. Great defending. I mean, that's worth noting. There's just a few chances that if we take them, it's a very, very different outcome. I mean, looking at the group stage, I mean, I think if we beat Arsenal, which is not going to happen, but we're going to have to live-com that game against Arsenal. But if we beat Arsenal and Shakhtar and Benfica draw, we'd actually finish top of the group, not top of the group, but second in the group. I mean, that's all ifs and buts. I mean, it's worth considering that. I mean, if we beat Arsenal, we're guaranteed to at least have some kind of European football going forward, be it the Champions League or UEFA Cup knockout stages, because of the way the results have lied. I mean, we have a chance in this group, it's worth mentioning. Arsenal, though, top of the group, they're not going to be easy to beat. Unfortunately as well, McVitie going to be out. How long is he injured for? How long? Where's McVitie's injury? What's he injured with? Has he not been died? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's concussion. I guess the Arsenal game is in a week's time. Yeah, it is. That's a shame. Right, well, I guess we'll be back for that game next episode, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy this one. Not a classic, really. I guess the 0-0, it was an exciting live comment. There were chances either way, but it's not going to be a memorable game for us in terms of what happened from it. Unable to get a win to kind of get 2 on the bounce, but we put ourselves in an okay position in Group F. We'll have to see what we can do against Arsenal. It's going to be very much mission impossible stuff, but hopefully I'll see you guys for the next episode regardless. If you have enjoyed this episode, as always, smash the like button. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.